Hey guys, today we're going to be looking at the massive new AP item update coming in a few weeks time in 8.4. There are loads of stuff on this patch as well, but I kind of wanted to just give you a first look today of the AP items. The 8.3 patch video, by the way, will be out tomorrow. As you can probably hear, I'm pretty ill right now. I went to an event the weekend. I saw loads of you guys, met all of you. It was really cool, but somebody was ill and now I'm ill, which feels pretty bad. Anyway, I'm going to try and hold my voice for as long as possible. AP items, they have changed the core of basically every single build that you would play if you're playing a mage mid lane, and also Twin Shadows is back. I'm actually really curious how many of you remember Twin Shadows from before. Obviously it was nice and it was removed, but let me know down below just to see if you guys were playing that long. First up though, we do have a new item. It's not on the PvE just yet, sadly. I can't show you in action, which kind of sucks, but here it is, the Spellbound Orb. It costs 2,800 gold, which isn't that expensive for an AP item. It's designed as a damage kill people option, and that is because it is loaded with AP. It's got 100 AP on it and 10% move speed as well, but it's the passive part that really makes the difference. It's a new thing. Nearby spellcasts charge your orb up to a maximum of 200 stacks. You can unleash those stacks though to gain another 50% move speed and 50 AP that lasts for 8 seconds. That has a 60-second cooldown, by the way, but you have to restack it anyway, so it will take some time. One thing about this though is you do not have to have 200 stacks before you use it. You can use it before, but it will just be a little bit less powerful. You get less move speed and less AP. This item though can give you 150 AP when fully charged, and that is absolutely insane. Imagine an assassin like a Diana or even a Karthus running at you faster with a ton of extra AP. I think it's going to be sick, but especially when you pair it with the other new items and reworks that we have, like a Ludens, for example, for glass cannon damage build. They are changing the entire flow of how builds work for AP champions by giving you 3 first item rush options now every single game: Ludens, Archangels, and Hextech GLP. Before we get into those, it's because they are slightly reworking Lost Chapter, the thing every mage ever rushes because of the mana regen. 1100 gold now, and that has a unique passive haste, which gives you 10% cooldown reduction. It also now builds into the 3 that we just mentioned, and that is where we have our first items, and they all carry over that unique passive. Ludens, for example, is 80 AP now, 500 mana, 10% cooldown reduction, which means you lose 20 AP and the 10% move speed. You have this haste passive, which is another 10% cooldown reduction, and the other passive is the same as well. You still have the burst damage. Archangels is the other option, so it's 100 gold more now. It's 50 AP, 650 mana though, at 10% cooldown reduction. You lose 30 AP from that, but you gain a bit of mana instead. It has the haste passive and the same other mana passives as it used to have as well. Finally, Hextech GLP, 80 AP, 500 mana, 10% cooldown reduction. You lose the 300 health you used to have and the Cats's passive, but you got the haste passive as well, the cooldown reduction. The active is the same, but a few tweaks. So no cast time, longer slow duration, stops on the first unit hit, and increased range as well. Basically every game now, instead of just rushing Morello like we used to, you get Lost Chapter and then you pick one of 3 items to upgrade that into depending on what you need for the game. What about Morello though? That was my first item every game. What has happened? Well, that has actually got a rework as well. Renamed to something that we can actually say now. It's 100 gold more. It builds from a new item, Orb of Shadows, and a blasting wand. It's completely different though. It doesn't give you 400 mana anymore. It doesn't give you 20% cooldown reduction, doesn't restore mana on takedowns, but it has a lot of new stuff. 80 AP, 300 health, 15 magic pen, and grievous wounds is a bit different. Any magic damage dealt to champions inflicts them with it for 3 seconds. By the way, poor Vlad, holy crap, not below 35% health anymore where it applies it. Just legit hit someone with any AP damage in your kit and they have reduced healing for 3 seconds. That is nuts. That is also sick versus 80 carries as well. You cut their lifesteal way down by hitting them with anything basically. As you can see though, that is way more of a niche item now. Has a bit of magic pen, gives you the grievous wounds and stuff. You won't build that every game anymore. So what is this Orb of Shadows as well that we just talked about? 25 AP, 200 health, 1500 gold, and gives 15 magic pen. So basically it's kind of like having a Haunting Guise, how that used to be. So if that is like Haunting Guise, then what happened to the original, right? Well, it's still in the game. It has 10 more AP now. No magic pen, but something else. When you damage champions, you increase your damage by up to 10%, a maximum though of 2% per second. Basically, this is really geared towards having damage over time now rather than burst. That then carries over into Liandry's as well, which has got rid of the magic pen. It's still 80 AP and 300 health. You don't have the magic pen anymore though. The burn does 2% current health damage instead of max health, which kind of sucks though. And this new passive increases damage you deal by 10%, maximum of 2% per second. So instead of it kind of being all about magic pen and burst and stuff, this is now really good for damage over time champions, or console poke I guess as well, but that is a specific purpose of the item now. The other new item that we talked about before, Twin Shadows, supposed to be for support, thoughts, so give it a month. The mid laners will be abusing it, getting nerfed as always. But Twin Shadows is back. 2,400 gold cost, so not that bad. 80 AP, 7% boost speed, 10% cooldown reduction. It summons 2 ghosts, basically like Frost Queens. It's just a replacement for that. When they hit, they slow for 40% up to 5 seconds, which the time is based on the distance traveled. 80 AP though, on a support item that only costs 2,400 gold is pretty disgusting, honestly, but at least AP supports will have something to buy again now, but they are gonna hurt. Finally, some very small stuff. Void Staff AP down 10, Rylai's AP up 10, and also Death Cap, the percentage AP increase, the boost is now up to 40%. So that covers the AP item update we'll be seeing very soon. What do you guys think? I'm gonna go. My voice is about to die. Let me know down below though. Thank you for watching, but for now, I'll leave you with the robots.